movement around, weatherization and, even manufactured homes doing the kind of upfront, and it does cost money up front, but it leads to reducing, reliance, high, utility bills, energy efficiency leads to actually lower bills for many of the families, and they can't afford it. So it's not all going, right out the window when we don't have some of those investments at the front end. So it's really bizarre for me, and we continue to hear this as, oh, the whole housing crisis is because of this. I'm taken aback because we all know it existed before even the ESG even was invented or created. And so, I know in my district, for instance, the tax foreclosure crisis was just unbelievable. We had one of the worst tax foreclosure crises in the country. These are families that actually own their homes, but they could not pay for their property taxes. ESG had nothing to do with it. Nothing. Actually, probably if it did, maybe there would have been some sort of best practices or policies implemented. But they're also acting like ESG is like binding. Is ESG binding? Ms. Nagy?
It really depends on whether by law it is.
Yeah, they decide.
It's a standard, yeah.
Is it binding?
It depends on the legislation and possible litigation.
I know, but right now, ESG policies, is it binding? Is it forcing people to, is it binding?
It's not.
It's advisory, right? It's like you should look into this.
It's a factor that can be looked at because it may have correlation with risk magnitude, and it's consistent with fiduciary duty in the investment community.
Sure. How about you, ma'am?
Code's requirements are binding, yes, ma'am.
Oh, they're binding. They're requiring them to look at these things because because it's actually increasing their mortgage payments? Is it increasing the cost of home? I mean, I don't understand.
The 2021 Energy Code would increase the cost of a home about, I think some of our members say about $31,000 in their area.
So one of the things that my colleagues talk about is manufactured homes, and it's about 11%, I think. Is it 11%, Mr. Byrd? Like 11% of single-family homes are manufactured housing, is that correct?
Yeah, from that to the mid-teens.
Yeah. So one of the things that they were trying to advance is energy efficient standards for manufactured homes, which many have claimed have made them unaffordable. But though the data and everyone shows that the cost to comply with energy standards, actually those improvements reduce maintenance utility costs for manufacturing housing residents in the long term. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
Well, really? Why is that?
Well,
you tell me, because you're all acting like this environmental, this whole little policies around looking at the fact that we have a climate crisis is increasing the cost of manufactured homes, which we all know is because of private equity firms, because of investors. Ms. Nagy, you know I'm right. All this existed before that. And now that we're telling them, hey, you got to be more responsible, that all of a sudden we're saying, no. You're the reason that we got to increase costs on these folks.
Greetings, friends. This change may drastically affect your finances. Congress has agreed to act and address Social Security's top issues. But experts say that the new proposals pushed so far would change your monthly benefit amount significantly. However, one plan, if passed, would boost benefits by hundreds of dollars. My dearest friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video for the latest news. To say thank you for being part of this community, I will be announcing more winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway every Friday. Anyone planning to rely on Social Security in retirement probably knows that the program is on thin financial ice. Yahoo News reported that while your benefits are safe for now, they will not be for long without any action taken. A simmering crisis will boil over in the 2030s if Congress does not shore up the program before then. Barring something unforeseen, Social Security will exist as we know it throughout the 2020s. There will be tweaks and modifications, but those are built into the program's existing legal framework. So, for example, the law has required annual cost of living adjustments since 1975 to ensure that benefits keep pace with inflation. But there is no reason to expect a radical change this decade. The current average monthly benefit is $1,694. It is an amount that varies based on retirement age and Social Security contributions during work life. The benefit changes each year based on cost of living. The 2022 average was about $1,550. The 2024 average is expected to be 2.4% to 3.1% higher. The typical COLA bump is no more than 2%. So in 5 years, the average benefit is likely to be between $1,800 and $1,900 per month. Although it currently feels far off in the distance, an unavoidable crisis is on the horizon without action. Social Security in its current form will not endure beyond the next decade, according to the trustees of the Social Security Trust Fund. Social Security's reserve funds will be depleted by the end of 2033, at which point the SSA will only cover 77% of scheduled benefits. So in 10 years, the program's reserve trust funds will run out, and beneficiaries will rely solely on incoming payroll taxes to fund their payments, while the program is almost certainly safe for the next 5 years. There is no guarantee that the 2033 depletion timeline will hold. In fact, it will lightly shorten. It has already in the recent past. One of the most popular proposals is Senator Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren's plan, as the bill would actually boost benefits by $200 each month. Many have said that amount would greatly help seniors and millions of retirees, while others have proposed the bill's big price tag. So, dear friends, what do you think will happen to Social Security benefits in the next 5 years? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Consumers have been long warned they were going to be pushed to the point of pain in order to curtail their spending. According to experts, it seems like we've finally reached that point. In June, inflation fell to its lowest annual rate in more than 2 years. The Consumer Price Index had increased 3% compared to the same month 1 year ago, the lowest since March 2021. While on a monthly basis, the index rose 0.2%, which was lower than expected. One of the categories which has the biggest impact on a household's income is groceries. According to the grocery industry, consumers have begun to get inventive with how to cut costs. On an earnings call this week, Sean Connolly, the chief executive officer of grocery giant Conagra Brands, said consumers were hunkering down instead of trading down because they had begun to buy fewer items as opposed to switching to cheaper alternatives. Another factor Sean Connolly believes is that Americans are spending more money on travel during the summer season. In its results for the full fiscal year 2023, the Slim Jim and Bird's Eye Maker confirmed it had seen volumes fall by 7.7%, which had been largely offset by higher prices, resulting in net sales increasing 2.2% to $3 billion. Even with Wednesday's better-than-expected inflation data, the Fed is considered all but sure to raise its benchmark rate when they meet in 2 weeks. So, dear friends, should the Fed raise interest rates once again? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Well, my marvelous and most magnificent friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Saturday. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing winners every Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways.